Hi guys. Okay, so I'm back with another video, and guess what? I'm in a different scene. I'm in a house now, not in my car as I usually am, guys. Okay, so anyways, hope you like this little thing. It's like a curtain, but that's okay as long as you like and decorate your own little scene and be creative like me. So guys, hopefully you guys can see me. I'm gonna get it a little over a little bit. Pretty sure you do. Alright, so anyways guys, this video is going to be about how to have a perfect closure. Okay, what is a perfect closure? A perfect closure is, well, closure itself is, do you know how you meet people and sometimes they disappear, or people that just peep in your life and then peep out, and they peep in and peep out, you know? Like, instead of saying, I'm going away for a while, or telling you they're going. What does that do to people? Let's just talk about that first. What does that do to people when you treat someone like that? Number one, you may not know it, but behind closed doors, personally with this person, they could be crying because they probably enjoyed talking to you. You know, they probably liked you as a person. Some people could probably even love you, and you know, you came in their life, right? Which I think would be wrong, and that's why I'm making this video, because it's just sad to me. When some people, they come into people's life and talk to them and, you know, text them, and they form something that they probably don't even know that they're forming. And what they're forming are probably like feelings, in another person is getting feelings off of things that you're saying, enjoying talking to you, and so on. And you go without telling the person that you're going. I don't know why people do that. But how to give a perfect closure would be, if you know that you're not going to be around for a long time, when you meet people, why don't you just go ahead on and just tell them, I have no intentions of being around for a long time. Yes, that might sound crazy, but that could save someone else's feelings. Um, that could save someone else's life, because you don't go around playing with people's feelings and then, you know, talking to them and making them feel some kind of way, and then you up and leave just like that. No, you cannot do things like that. And even if you do, you should feel bad about it. And if you do, let's just stop doing that, because it's hurting people and it's hurting their feelings. And sometimes people can feel a little miserable when you do that. Like, it's just so much emotions that comes with things like that, as to why you shouldn't do that. um like, I know some people, like, they would sit around and cry wondering if the person is even still alive, especially if the person just left. Like, you just had a conversation with the person last week and then they just leave, and you don't know anything, and it's wrong, guys. Just wrong, 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 and you shouldn't do it. um at least give the people a notification, tell them something so they could have the choice to move on with their life. And I mean, well, in most cases, I would say you need to just go ahead on and move on if you're dealing with a person like that, because you don't know why. And people can pick up the phone, people can text and call you, talk to you, and anything else if they want to, okay? Especially if you're adults, you can pick up the phone and chat, and there's so many different ways of communication that you could get in touch with a person. So apparently, if a person is not doing those things and they run in and out of your life, that lets you know that, number one, something is going on in their life. Okay, they might be doing something they're not supposed to be doing. And but the number one reason really is, guys, if a person is doing something like that, that means that, I guess that's, they're not taking you serious. And so you should not be taking them serious, okay? unless they come back and have some kind of good explanation for you, such as I've been in the hospital, and unless you're in a coma, you can still pick up the phone and talk to somebody, or even FaceTime them sometimes, or send them a text, the famous text you can send them. Still, to let them know something, or not to think bad, or if you care about them even still being there. But I think the majority of people that just go and don't have any kind of closure and tell you that they're going, they don't care if they probably don't care if you're still there when they decide to come back. And it's so bad because, like I said, when they decide to come back. So tell me, when they come back and they start talking to you, what are you supposed to do? Carry on with conversations like nothing never happened. Don't ask any questions, because if you ask questions, sometimes with the ones that do it, they get upset and so on. It's like so crazy. So don't ask any questions, and when they decide to come back, just carry on with the conversation as if you just talked to this person yesterday and they're up with your life. Like they picked up, left, maybe a year, some months, things happened in your life, and you're supposed to just pick up when they come back and accept them and tell them, start talking to them like nothing never happened. Don't even ask, where were you? I mean, what's going on? Why haven't I talked to you? No, they don't expect that. They expect you to just carry on. And they're not. They don't care enough to give you an explanation. So you should have the proper closure for people. If you feel like you're not going to be in their life in the beginning, tell them you're not serious. I'm not a steady person. I'm not going to stick around for too long. I might be in and might be out. And even though it sounds a little funny, and most likely nobody hardly probably in the world is going to do that, but that would be the proper thing to do, and it could save lives, as I said, and it could save a lot of stuff, because people have feelings, people get hurt. You don't know how people feel about you, and sometimes you don't know how they take their anger out on you. I mean, just for not having a proper closure with people these days, someone could actually do something dangerous or bad to you. And altogether, I just say you shouldn't be playing with people's feelings, because that's a horrible thing to do, guys. And if you're gonna leave, even if you don't know if you're gonna leave in the beginning, I mean, what would it take from having a conversation with someone? If you think the conversation's gonna hurt someone and you care about their feelings, you need to understand that if you just go out of the blue, you're hurting them more than having the conversation that's going to hurt them, because the conversation that's going to hurt them is going to hurt, really bad. But what you need to do is still have the conversation with the person so they can have their choice of going on with their life. Not to say they don't have their choice, because you always have a choice, but what I'm saying is that some people stay around to see what's going on because they're confused. They don't hear anything. They may go searching to see if you're dead or something happened to you. So just let them know. So they choose to move away from the situation, and start healing themselves if they like you or care about you. I think that's the best thing to do. It's never good to just up and leave a person without telling them something, unless you both have an understanding as to what happened, as to why they just left. Always give them an explanation, and don't always think that that person is going to be sitting around just waiting for you. No, their life goes on, and in the course of their life going on, they're going to meet other people. They're doing things daily, so they're going to meet other people. Other people, are going to find an interest in them. So they could already have a relationship when you get back, because nobody's going to wait for you all the time to dip in and dip out of someone's life. Their life, of course. So you need to think about that too. By not having the proper closure and thinking that you're gonna come back to this person and they're just sitting by the phone, ready to talk, ready to text, and keep it going just like nothing never happened. No, they're not. Especially for people that find their value, know their value and their worth, they will not sit down and keep waiting for you. Even if they used to do it, and they get into the pattern of this is something that you always do. Like you're showing them a pattern. They dip in and dip out. And sometimes they go for like weeks and they try you out and then they come back if everything's okay, see what your life is like, everything's okay. Well, next time, when you accept them back, next time they're gonna dip out for a month. And then if you keep repeating this process, it's gonna be months, the S, and then years, and they're gonna always feel like they can keep coming back in. Now, advice to you is that even if you're not in a relationship when they get ready to come back, and you're still a single person, doesn't mean that you still have to take them back, because this is showing them they can keep doing this. And that's the number one reason why they do it, because you allow it. And they know it, and they're going to keep trying with you because they know you allow it. Especially if you're like, oh, I really care about you, and they feel like that, which is sad. Because anytime a person tells you they care about you, you should never treat them in those kind of ways. And if you're going to leave, you should always let them know, notify them first, because you have your reasons for why you probably want to go, but just don't go, just let them know. And so that's just basically how it is, guys. Always have the proper closure. And the proper closure is just to sit down and be an adult and tell the person. And even if you're not an adult, if you're a teenager or whatever, in all these little childhood kind of things, also, that's a good lesson to learn also. Things can seriously happen to you when you don't give a person closure, okay? Because you can't play with people's feelings, guys. So, I guess that is all for that video, guys. If you would like a video, let me know and send me a request, or like to my email or in the comments, and I will be sure to talk about the video for you. Okay, it could be anything that I would discuss and talk about. Okay, so let me know, guys, and until the next video, take care and be safe.